Good morning, dear participants. My name is Natalia Grishchenko, and I'm the Deputy Managing Director of HK Ukraine, German-Ukrainian Chamber of Industry and Commerce. I'd like to mention that today, air alert is over, so we can start. It's great news because we're a little bit concerned, but for now we shall start. Today we are launching a new series of webinars, which are called Unlocking Investment and Business Opportunities of Ukraine's Regions and Cities. Our goal is to show that even despite the challenges of war and problems that companies and business may face, Ukraine is still the country of great opportunities for business and business development. So we want to provide more information on cities and regions of Ukraine to our foreign partners, friends, and companies, and also emphasize operational business and business that even growing despite the challenges of war. So a couple of words about our agenda for today. We have a presentation from our colleagues from Lviv City Administration, up to 20 minutes, and then we will give the word to private sector, to business representatives, and we'll hear their insights, their thoughts and opinions about how is business actually working and operating in Ukraine right now. In the end, we will have up to 15 minutes, hopefully, to Q&A session, and you can prepare your questions for this in the chat, and we will discuss them in the end. So by now, I will give the floor to our colleagues from Lviv City Administration, Mr. Andriy Pavliv, Head of Lviv Investment and Projects Office. Mr. Andriy, you can start your presentation. The floor is yours, please.
Good morning, colleagues. Thank you very much for organizing this event. Thank you for participating. Thank you for IHK. Thank you for our colleagues, Mr. Reznyk and Mr. Mike Stenson. Thank you. It's a big pleasure to being a part of this event. I will try just to start briefly with the introduction of what's going on in the city and what is the like project and instruments we have here, and I will try to be like to be short, just to have a time for the Q&A session and for the presentation to our colleagues. So my name is Andriy Pavliv. I'm head of investment and project office in Lviv City Administration. Basically, so in this here, can you see this slide right now? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So what the Lviv? Just briefly, we are located where we are now. Where we are on the map. So the Lviv is located is only 70 kilometers from European Union border, so which is make Lviv the great location for like for the business, logistics, and other business activities in Ukraine. Just also this important to mention that where we are in terms of the active the phase of the war, so the approximately 1,000 kilometers, which is from Lviv to Kharkiv. It is even bigger distance than from Lviv to Berlin. So we call it Lviv comparably safe city once again because of the geographic location. human potential. So the population of Lviv, take into account the current situation. This is the agglomeration, all surroundings, and the internal displaced people. So we have approximately 1 million population in Lviv, and which is really important. This is a highly educated population because of the big number of highly educated institutions, and also the people which is engaged in different area that you can see on the slide. So this is agriculture, industry, IT, retail, construction, healthcare, and transportation. As I mentioned, so that Lviv, even before the war, so that was the city with the highest number of the students. So once again, because of the number of the educational institutions, universities, institutes, and so on. And right now, the 60% population of Lviv have the higher education, according to official statistics. Foreign direct investments. So you can see that the map from which country investments coming from. So this is also worth to mention that just 6% there is from Germany. The biggest rate, let's say, this is from Poland because of the border, the common border with Ukraine. Lviv, after the war, became a logistic hub. This is once again because of the relocation. So since the beginning of the war, Lviv have hosted approximately 100 enterprise that was relocated from the central the eastern part of Ukraine. And right now in Lviv located the biggest number of newly appeared industrial premises, and which is like in the process of construction or which is already functioning. Once again, so this is because of the relocation and the companies that decided just to also to open the branches in Lviv. Today we have approximately 3,800 square meters of logistic spaces, and all of them almost all of them are fully occupied. IT and technological hub. So before this is once again because of the IT cluster which was quite strong for a long time, and it's also I need to mention the relocation because after first scale invasion, a lot of companies, including IT companies, they were relocated to Lviv, and because especially in the IT sphere, it's quite easy to make a relocation because you need just only the human, the people and the laptop, and they can proceed their work. In Lviv, a lot of IT companies, they engage in like different international projects. So they have the collaboration with the whole worldwide companies around the world. And the big part of their activities, they are especially in automotive industry, and they are working for such a world famous brand in German automotive industry like Mercedes, BMW, Volkswagen, and so on. Also, Lviv became a humanitarian and medical hub since the beginning of the war. Lviv city administration, they decided to establish a rehabilitation ecosystem. And in April 2023, this is more or less one year before after the full-scale invasion, we have opened the first stage of rehabilitation center in Lviv. And right now, this unbroken rehabilitation ecosystem consists with plenty of the projects, few rehabilitation centers. Some of them, they are right now in the process of construction, of reconstruction. There is the social housing. There is also the prosthetic workshops and other projects and units that help us right now to treat Ukrainians that suffer after the war. Also, in Lviv region, we have the two main rehabilitation medical projects. This is Unbroken, which is belong to the city administration and absolutely municipally run by municipality, and the Superhumans, which is developing on the base of military hospital in Lviv region. Met, of course, in this case, it's medtech industry. It's quite important because generally the high technology and innovation in technology, this is the key to our victory. And medtech especially important if you are talking about the unbroken and the rehabilitation ecosystem. In Lviv medical rehabilitation ecosystem Unbroken, so we have installed the first bionic prosthetic, which was produced by Ukrainian startup Esper Bionics. And also right now we are like widely use all high technology in medical sphere in order to provide as better as possible medical treatment, support, and rehabilitation for all Ukrainians. Also last year, among of the whole project that we are right now implementing in Unbroken rehabilitation ecosystem, we have opened a prosthetic workshop which was funded by German government, by German organization GIZ, which is like really great like support from Germany and from German society for Ukrainians. Right now, this is one of the modernest prosthetic workshop in Ukraine, where we have the newest technology that we can use for producing the prosthetic for our veterans, and civilians, and children. Military tech industry, this is also the sector which is really highly support from the city administration, and we have Iron Tech cluster in Lviv, in city of Lviv, which combine approximately more than 50 different companies that produce software, hardware, and other electronic appliances and products like in dual use and military use. And today we have in the city administration also the program, the financial program which support this kind of companies in Lviv, because once again the technologies, this is the key to our victory, and this is also the big sector in Lviv, and not only in Lviv, for the future cooperation, because a lot of companies they right now they are concentrated in this sphere, and they are opening their branches in this military industry technology. Automotive industry, it was like naturally also important and a big sphere like in industry in Lviv. So we have in Lviv the big company, German-Ukrainian company called Electron. They produce the public transportation, and right now we have also a city administration, if you contract with them, and they are producing the public transportation for the city of Lviv, and not only from the city of Lviv. Also in the, let's say, we can underline the key investors in this automotive industry and the key companies. This is the Electron, as I mentioned, Valeo, Fujikura, CVG, Bader, Leoni, Bosch, Nexans, and other companies that working in automotive industry in Lviv. And this industry right now also the potential, we have a big potential for developing in our city. innovation and technology. So we as City Administration and Investment Office, we are leading and we are implementing also infrastructure project for developing innovation and technology. The few of them that we have implemented during last 2 years. This is the research center for the IT specialist. This is the project that we going to implement together with the IT cluster. Last year, we have announced the bidding competition, open bidding competition for for this project, and the IT cluster won this competition. And in next 3.5 years, we will have the first stage of this the research center, which like the main goal of this research center. Also, this is to provide for the students which is studying on the IT specialties and other technological specialties with the high technology equipment, the high technology infrastructure for their studying and development. Also, we developing in the city of Lviv industrial parks, and today we have one of the industrial parks. This is Formatia Lviv. This is municipal industrial park, which is in the process of construction right now. They will finish the first stage in a few months. And the main speciality of this industrial park, this is the scientific center, which will be the core of this industrial park, and this is the main like a magnet which will attract the high technology companies to participate in this industrial park. Available investment mechanism that we have today. So this is industrial park, as I was mentioned, and we as a city administration just in 2023 we have established a municipal industrial park, and we finalize all the procedures since the beginning of establishing and choosing the company. And right now, last year it was the whole year of construction, and this year and in March, the industrial park, they're going to open the first stage. And they have already the contract with the investor that will be located in this industrial park. The second mechanism is a PPP project, a public-private partnership project, and we, as a municipality investment office, right now we have the pilot project of implement in this sphere. So we are right now implementing underground parking project. I will mention about it in the next slide. And also, which is also important for our foreign investors, this is investment project which with a significant investment. So this is the government program which give a possibility just to get 30% capex get back. International investor going to invest in Ukraine. Industrial projects. We right now developing the two and all the three industrial parks that we have. They are located in two industrial areas. So we can see on the map all of them. These industrial areas, they are located on the western part of the city. This is a ring road of the city, and the main the roads to European border, M10 and M11. And all industrial parks and this located in this industrial zone, which is quite comfort in terms of the logistic and accessibility to the European border. About a few more words about the industrial parks. From the right side, you can see Sparrow Capital. This is industrial park that they have started construction before full-scale invasion, but unfortunately they finished the first stage during the full-scale invasion in 2022, and today they are finishing the third stage of construction, and they have the 3 residents inside. Totally, this is they approximately 20 hectares of the land plot, and they have also the free spaces for cooperation in the future investors. And then Lviv Industrial Park, which is operated by Dragon Capital. So they have finished first stage last year. This is approximately 15,000 square meters, and the total land plot of this industrial park, this is 24 hectares, which is also give a possibility and a space for the future cooperation and with the potential investors. And the last one, the third one, Industrial Park Formatia, Industrial Park Formatia, the municipal industrial park. This is 30 hectares of the land plot, and they are finishing right now the first stage of construction. This is 27,000 square meters, and a big possibility for cooperation in the future with investors, the companies who are going to enter Lviv market. Also, we are developing new industrial zones because we are facing with the problem that we received like a lot of requests, big requests for the investors, like 10 and more hectares, up to 50 hectares of the land plots for the project. And we find out that the city of Lviv, they are running out of the free land plots for the big investment project. So that's why last year we have started developing new potential industrial zones. So we have the concept of developing new industrial zone in totally in 140 square meters. And this is the future project that we are going to implementing step by step in order to provide accessibility for the future investors to the land plot for their new projects. Benefits of industrial parks. So according to the national law, all the participants, I apologize. So all the investors that going to be a part of the industrial park, they will receive also the benefits from that. So first of all, so this is exemption from income tax for 10 years. And also this is the free, the possibility to get a free equipment from abroad without any taxation. And also like additionally like benefit from the government. One of them, this is the financial support from the government that right now, like actual and last year we received one of the industrial park Formatia Lviv, they received 150 million hryvnias from the government support for their industrial park. Project with International Finance Corporation. So this is also one of the direction of our responsibility. So I wouldn't take a lot of time on this slide. So, but just the few words that we are cooperating the city administration with European Investment Bank, with EBRD, other international financial institutions. Together with them, we are implementing plenty of the project, and most of them they are in municipal infrastructure sphere. This is the construction of the waste treatment plant. This is construction of biogas station, reconstruction of the street, reconstruction of the trolley and tram lines, and this is also purchasing of the public transportation. A few words about the PPP project that I have mentioned. So this is underground parking that we have in our portfolio, and we are right now in the active phase of implementation. This year we're going to actually in April, March, we are going to announce the bidding competition for the private investor. So that will be the concession for the 30 years for underground parking, totally 100 parking places. And if it will be some interest from your side, so we can also share with you more detailed information about this project. Logistic and transport project that we have in Lviv and Lviv region. So this is which is one of the important, if you are talking for the future development of the city, and they are in process of implementation. So this is the finalizing and construction of the North Ring Road in Lviv. one of the biggest projects and most important right now. This is a TNT project. So this is the European Railway project, which will give a possibility to connect Ukrainian and Lviv railway network with European railway network, which will also give a possibility for Lviv to become like a transportation hub in terms European transportation hub. This is the map of the future TNT railway. You can see that the Lviv in the center of the future TNT project, which give a possibility to connect all the European railway network with Lviv, through Lviv, with Odessa and other city in Ukraine. And this is the project that also will give a possibility to give the new impulse for the investment and the business activities. This is the opening of the airport. But this is right now we have the lot of discussion in this sphere, when we hope that in this year it will be possible just to reopen Lviv airport. And the private project in Lviv, so that's important to show that during the war time we have also the few investors that enter Lviv. So one of the biggest right now, this is the Kingspan. Like Mike Stenson will explain a bit more about their project. German company in Lviv. There's a lot of different companies that are working in Lviv and Lviv in Lviv region, and hopefully together with HK and all the participants, we will make a possibility to grow the number of these companies in Lviv and in Lviv region and Ukraine. I would like to also underline the few projects, the biggest project that we have implemented, that was implemented in the city and Lviv region during the war. So this is the big logistic project called Port. So they finished the construction already during the full-scale invasion, and right now they are developing. They are finalizing the port called 2.0, and this is a project that almost all project was implemented during the war. And also worth to mention that the facilities in this logistics center almost fully occupied. And Sparrow Park Lviv, as I mentioned about them, so they finished the first stage already during the first full-scale invasion. Right now they in process of implementation and finalizing this third stage of construction. In Industrial Park M10, also they have finished this year. Philip Morris, they have relocated from the Kharkiv last year, and so this is also the big project in terms of the investment. And Formatia Lviv, they're going to finish this year, and they have already the contract with the big companies that are going to open the production in this industrial park. And of course, the biggest project, this is the Kingspan, that will appear in the Lviv region, and Mike Stenson, I believe, will explain more in a few minutes. Military and political risk insurance. This is the project that also there's a possibility to receive the military risk insurance. We have the example with the M10 Dragon Capital that engage MEGA insurance program for their project. And business communities, this is European Business Association, Danish Business Association, of course. Also, this is the community that we have in Lviv, but of course this is HK. And clusters, as I mentioned, this IT cluster, Iron Tech cluster, the West Ukrainian fashion cluster, furniture cluster. This is the most active cluster, but totally we have more than 16 clusters in Lviv that can be helpful for you in your future business activities in Lviv. So thank you very much, and hopefully that was useful, and hopefully in the end we will have some Q&A session.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pavliv. Thank you for such an really interesting presentation. And I wanted to add that it's actually not a coincidence that we are starting this series of webinars from Lviv, because so many German companies, our member companies, are located in Lviv region, in Lviv city. And it's a really attractive place for investment and for the companies. That is why we are now heading to our speakers, and I would like to mention a couple of words about the company from our next speaker. It's the KLINGSPOR company, a German company, a leading manufacturer of abrasive products in Ukraine. And we invited Mr. Yuriy Reznyk, General Manager of KLINGSPOR in Ukraine, to share his thoughts, his experience working in Ukraine during the wartime and facing the challenges of the wartime. So please, Mr. Reznyk, the floor is yours. You have up to 10 minutes to share your thoughts. Thank you.
Good morning. Let me a little bit introduce our company. We are a leading company in abrasive business in worldwide. We belong to top 5 companies in the world, and our history came from more than 130 years from family-owned German company. We started our business in Ukraine in 2008 and start business from sales. And from 2011, we start production here in Ukraine. And from 50,000 pieces assortment, what we are producing worldwide, 6,000 article produced in Ukraine, here in Ukraine. Our business in our company in Ukraine now work more than 200 employees, and 1/3 of our business is sales in Ukraine, and 2/3 is cross-company business, and our goods are selling worldwide in more than 45 countries in the world, in all continents. Let's start from the beginning of the war. From February 2022, we not work and not operate business only 2 days. It's the first 2 days in the war, and because we are one of from the 4 production in our company, I realize that it is very important to support all sales organization. And from the 3rd day of the war until now, we are working in normal way, if it is possible to call, but in normal way, and without any delay in production. And from the first day, it was the main task, organize work with safe condition to our employee, to rebuild supply chain, and save the staff from different challenges like migration or mobilization. And if we are talking about migration, for me it was very important to convince our employee in the both things. First, we will have work for them, so it means to order incoming order should be in non-continuous way, and we have big support. We had big support from our headquarter. We have sufficient quantity of the orders, and the message to employee was that you are in the safe front from the salary perspective, and you will have a job. And from other hands, it was very important to build good communication with local government and the mobilization unit once again, from one hand, to support army with needed quantity of men, but from other hands to protect the key workers here in production plant, the most experienced operator, shift leaders, to to be sure that production process will be in the safe side. So nevertheless, our headquarter is 2022 prepares a risk map with possible relocation of some production area in to the different European countries. But our stable work not gives a chance to implement this risk map, and we shown very good results, very good very low scrap level, very stable satisfaction of order, and till now this result gives very good feeling about our organization in Ukraine, taking into account group importance of our production for the worldwide business. As I mentioned, one third of our business is sales in Ukraine, and we are market leader, and we have in some different segment of abrasive material, we have share between 5 and 45% in the market of Ukraine. And we dropped down at the beginning of the war for the 10 years ago to the level turnover approximately 2018. And it was a big shock, especially at the beginning of the war. But in summer 2022, I realized that the situation is not so critical. We have blue ocean. The war bring us new possibility, and we change the focuses. We setting new task for the sales forces, and already in 2023 we reduced for double our dropping down, and in 2024 we reached turnover the level of 2021 before wartime. So in 2 steps, it was fantastic result, and no one from our group expect so good back up to the normal sales level. And we see big perspective for the future here in Ukraine with rebuilding Ukraine, and we invest our time and our money to developing sales team, to business development, to e-commerce, to building new distribution network, and Ukraine has very big future from the sales perspective in abrasive business. A few words about investments. In 2024, before the wartime, even in the Corona time, we had normal level more than 1 million euro every year investments, and it was minimum level, and we had some years where investments was 3-4 million euro. And the last big investment before wartime, we built new production hall, 1,200 square meter, and it was planned to move from Poland to Ukraine 3 big production line. But all the investments after war was begun was stopped. And first 2 years, management was very careful with investments to Ukraine. It was only project who support running production, to changing some car for managers. The level of investments was very in the low, very in the low level. But stable work, stable quality, no problem with force majeure, gives very big confidence to the management. And from last year we had some project for renovation of new existing machine, and we built new power electricity line which from one has it was investments approximately 200,000 euro and renovation of machine 300,000 euro. And this renovation from one has give us more confidentiality to manage the situation with electricity, with energy, with electricity in Ukraine. From other hands, we're now in the preparation period to be ready for the next building, next production area in production line in new built hall. Also, non-planned investments. Just last week, I received information that management decided to remove from Germany 4 machines absolutely for new line. It means that they believe on our stability, and I believe that next year will be the final year of the war, and we will have more chance to lead investments in our factory. A few words about the challenges in daily business and the responsibility of leader of the company. It is not something new that daily task absolutely different from the main person in the company compared to the normal peacetime. Every day I spend a lot of time with absolutely not predictable tasks which are generated from the new mobilization law, which can be announced today and started acting today. We have some not predictable and unpredictable action from the state authority, like some customs regulation, which are also not often strategical and well planned. We have challenges related with our neighbor, like strike in the Polish border, which we faced in 2023. It's absolutely destroyed the supply chain, and we had at the beginning of this conflict a lot of things to do immediately. So this is a challenge what we are, but it is nothing special. A lot of companies who is dealing and doing business in Ukraine in the wartime has the same situation. This is shortly my explanation what we are organizing business in Ukraine at the time being.
Thank you very much, Mr. Reznyk. Thank you for your experience sharing with us, and thank you for the real point of view how a business is operating during the wartime. It's really important to understand the real picture. Thank you for your dedicated work and for your efforts. By now, we are a little bit limited with the time. We will move to our next speaker. And as already mentioned, the company Kingspan is one of the biggest investors actually in Ukraine during the war. That is why I'm happy to welcome our next speaker, Executive Director, Head of Kingspan Investment Project in Ukraine, Mr. Mike Stenson. Mr. Mike Stenson, the floor is yours. Please, you're welcome.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Can you see my screen, first of all?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, great, thank you. So thanks very much for the opportunity to come and talk a little bit about what we're doing and what we have been doing over the last kind of couple of years, and where we're at and what our plans are for the future in the Lviv region. Internally in Kingspan, we call the project Project Saoirse. Saoirse is a Gaelic, or back home in Ireland, Irish word which means freedom or freedom from oppression. And we feel in the context of what's going on in Ukraine, it's a very appropriate internal project name. Okay, so it seems my computer has frozen, which is tremendous. I think we announced this project a couple of years ago, and we have been working very diligently with a lot of people inside Ukraine, in both Kyiv and Lviv, where we have project teams put in place to make this project a reality. The total investment that we will do is, or will be, in the region in total over a 7-year period of approximately $300 million US. The whole purpose behind it is to build a series of factories that will manufacture building materials of various types. So insulated panels, traditional, if you want to call it, stone wool insulation, district heating piping, membranes, daylighting, and lots of the other products, suites that Kingspan has in our portfolio. We have purchased 50 hectares of land just outside the city of Lviv. We are about now to develop and start the development, having got all the approvals, which takes a bit of time, and I'll come back and talk about that in a few minutes. But we're about now to start the clearance on the site and all the preparatory work, and it's our intention that, subject to a couple of internal things, that we will start the building of the first factory. We will start it in July, August of this year, and then have it ready probably, I don't know, 15 to 18 months later, and so on. So that's kind of where we're at. It's probably taken us a bit longer than we had liked to get to this stage, but we're also, the war obviously is continuing, and we are fully, as a group, bought into the future of Ukraine in relation to the opportunities that will exist. Kingspan is a huge participant in the German building materials supply chain, supplying lots of insulated panels, lots of insulation, and lots of other materials. And I think in Germany we have a total of probably 6 factories across our group today. So we're very familiar of working with lots of German companies, with lots of competitors in Germany who are also very good at their job. And we plan to, again, work with any German companies who want to come and invest and build factories and build buildings in Ukraine. The last thing I would say is some of the lessons that we have learned. Again, I apologize over my screen not freezing on me or whatever. But the lessons that we have learned is probably there's 3 or 4 of them. First of all, certainly in the Lviv region, for projects of our size and scope, developed land is an issue. Now, you heard from Andriy Pavliv how there are some industrial parks and some that are either under development or have been developed, and that's fantastic. And the more of them that's there, the better, and the easier it will be for investors. Our project was a little bit bigger, so a little bit more complicated for us. But serviced land is one issue. I think the second thing that we have learned is that you need a strong, competent, locally based team to execute the project for us. We work with an Austrian headquartered company called the Delta Group, who are our project managers, construction managers, and they have been superb, guiding us through and taking us through all of the details that we have to do to comply with Ukrainian laws and rules. And again, anyone thinking of investing needs to have somebody like them to come on board and to work the project. We have a Lviv-based architectural firm, AVR Development, and we work then very closely with Gleeds, who are a global cost consultancy company as well that are helping us with tenders and stuff like that. The third thing that's interesting for external investors is that the process of getting approvals and progressing is incredibly bureaucratic. That's kind of the bad news. The good news, though, is if you follow that process and work through it, then it's possible to do even big, complicated projects. So it's bureaucratic, but it works. And the other area that is important, and again, Andriy Pavliv mentioned it in his presentation, relates to government and state support. Again, the process for submitting stuff in that area to get those approvals is incredibly complicated. But again, it's doable. And again, you need some outside or some, let's say, experts who know that stuff very well, either with Ukraine Invest or with other organizations who can develop those documentations locally for you and make that submission. I think the other complication we've had in the project, but again, it's because of our choice, because of the size, is we have had to work with local utility suppliers in terms of power, road, rail, water, gas, and sewage. And again, with Delta Group working through trying to find solutions with local participants in all of those areas. So they'd be kind of 4 or 5 key learnings, but we are immensely excited about the project and about realizing it, and very close now to actually getting physically stuff done, going to hire people. It will take us 7 or 8 years to realize it in total. By the end of that, we look to have probably about 700 people on board, but we will do it in gradual steps of 50 to 100. Maybe per year over the next 7 years. So apologies over the slide not progressing for some reason on my laptop, but that's the background to our project. As I said, in summary, $300 million, 50-hectare site which we've purchased, local project team in place, and looking forward now to executing on that. And Kingspan is a big player globally. We'll be well able to supply building materials, panels, metals, insulation, membranes, etc., from there for anyone else considering or thinking of investing in the region or across the country. We do have a sales team in Lviv for the best part of 20 years, and they continue today working to import products from Poland, Czech Republic, Hungary, and obviously that will transition in the future when we start to manufacture there. Thanks very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stenson. If you don't mind, we will share afterwards your presentation with participants. Yes, technical issues may happen, not a problem. It's really interesting to hear about the motivation of the company coming to Ukraine and investing so much even during the war. So it's a great example to other companies, German, international, foreign companies, to hear your experience in Ukraine. Now we have still a couple of minutes for questions, and I will now start this round, and I already see one hand. Okay, please, Anna Hauptmann, please, you may put your question, raise your question by yourself. Anna? Maybe in chat, because we don't hear you. Dear participants, you can write your questions in chat, or you can raise them by yourself.
So I see the question, Natalia, from Anna, I think, in relation to financing solution. Kingspan is self-financing this project, okay, from our own resources. Of course, we've had a number of discussions and conversations with IFC and EBRD, and those continue in terms of maybe potentially funding various or smaller elements of it. But we're self-funding is the answer to the question. I see, Natalia, if I can, I see a couple of other questions in the chat. And I see one from Taras Jastrzębski from Sparrow. I mean, we worked very closely with those. And again, the point I was making about finding local partners is absolutely essential. And he and his team were, you know, I can't speak highly enough of how professional that they were in relation to the, you know, helping us with land and land acquisition and doing it properly and correctly. I think that it's been fabulous input from Sparrow and Sparrow Capital in general. Lars Pfeiffer has a question for me. Is the final decision on investing depending on finding an end to the war activities? I would say in general, yes. You know, but at the same time, I mean, I suppose if we had everything ready in terms of building permits and all the rest of it 1 year ago, we may have wanted to, you know, park it until we were clearer about the end of the war. I think we're a small bit clearer now. Obviously, don't have any insight into whether or when the war will stop, but we do believe that there will be, let's say, some sort of an improvement. Not really sure what that means, but during this year. And on that basis, we have decided to proceed with the building of the first factory. And yes, it is risky. It's not zero risk. But on the other hand, I mean, one of the things we keep pointing out to our insurance people is, you know, they treat Ukraine as a one country from a risk perspective, whereas in reality, you know, if you go to Lviv, it's not zero risk, but the risk is low, very low actually, right? And, you know, I typically am there for a couple of days, a few days every month, and have been for a long time and plan to do that. So therefore it's, you know, there's a risk. It's not zero, but it's quite low.
Yeah, thanks. The next question about the energy issues. Yeah, do you use sustainable energy like wind, solar, geothermal?
Yes, we have a tender ongoing at the moment that our partners Gleeds and Delta are managing for us in relation to solar, wind, and you know, the site will be a huge consumer of energy. I don't really want to talk about the details of it, but it'll be a huge consumer, and we want to have at least 50% of that to come from direct renewable. And we have a tender going on at the moment that Gleeds are managing. I think we should be getting the first results of that back imminently.
Yeah,
there's a question here about insurance. Yeah, I mean, you know, when we go there, we got to get some kind of, I think it's enhanced insurance. We have had many conversations with DFC and MIGA in relation to war insurance. We may go back to that once we start to build, and if the conflict isn't stopped or finished or ceasefire or whatever, but we haven't taken any specific action on war insurance at this time.
Thank you very much. We have a really practical question. If you are interested in becoming an electrical subcontractor.
The architectural firm in Lviv is AVR Development, led by Mr. Chaplinsky, who some of you may know.
Thank you very much. We also have the comments from Mr. Dmitry Amelchuk from Delta, yeah, so your partners. Thank you very much. So, yes, I think that we actually answered most of the questions, and we are really on time. So we have a limited time, unfortunately, but still it was really, really interesting and informative presentations and discussions. We're really grateful to our speakers for today's event, for today's discussion, for your thoughts and your experience in Ukraine. We'll share the presentations with all the participants afterwards within the follow-up. And thank you very much for everyone who joined us today.
Okay.
It was a pleasure to see you and speak to you. Thank you very much. Have a great day. And
Thank
bye.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.